Hello, and welcome back to the Minnesota State Park Hiking Club Trail Series. Today we traveled to Lake Bronson, Minnesota, to take the hiking club trail at Lake Bronson State Park. In the 1930s, an extreme drought hit the area, resulting in an overwhelming number of wells drying up. Due to a layer of salt, digging deeper wells was determined not to be a viable option. The solution was to dam the South Fork 2 River and create a sizable lake. After the dam was complete, they built a combination water and observation tower. According to the DNR website, before the area was turned over to the state of Minnesota in 1937, the park didn't start out as Lake Bronson. It didn't acquire that name until 1945. The park started its history with the name Two Rivers State Park. With its position in the far northwestern corner of Minnesota, it shouldn't be a surprise there are some cool animals that you have the possibility of seeing on the trail. There are your standard black bear, deer, and numerous other mammals that you might see, and a wide plethora of birds, including the sharp-tailed grouse. But what caught my attention was wild elk. I didn't see one on the trail, but when I think of elk, I think of Yellowstone, Glacier, and other western mountainous regions. The possibility to see them had me looking extra sharp on the trail, but unfortunately, I didn't see any this time. Maybe next time. The park sits on a transition zone habitat, as many of the state parks within Minnesota do. Lake Bronson sits along the prairie and forest transition zone, so you can expect there to be numerous features of both. And since it is one of the few large bodies of water in the area, indeed a factor that led to its creation, it also has a good amount of water recreation opportunities, including a beach and a bathhouse. Unfortunately, they were not available during our visit, as a result of the lake being lowered for maintenance on the dam. The State Park Hiking Club Trail at Lake Bronson State Park is 3.4 miles, so it finds itself right in the middle for length compared to the other trails. The trail starts on the opposite side of the parking lot by the Lake Bronson picnic area. Initially, the trail starts off in the sun, with some sparse trees to periodically shade the trail, and some prairie grass. In short order, the trail exits the sparse trees and goes out into the open prairie. It'll be quite hot out in the sun unless you pick a cloudy day, but either way, you should be prepared with sunscreen. This prairie section cuts across a few dirt roads, so make sure you're paying attention if you have any little hikers. After the two dirt roads, it takes you back into the woods as you loop around back towards the lake. The trail is pretty wide, but the canopy does a good job of shading the trails, so after that hot, open prairie section, it's a welcome respite. After a short period, however, the trail once again enters a large prairie. This time, there won't be a forest on the other end, but the side of the lake. This hike, they had significantly lowered the level of the water at the lake to do some repairs on the dam. This is why in all the lake shots, you can see the water is incredibly low. The ranger told us that we were not permitted to walk out on the dry area, so we followed directions and made sure to keep our hiking to the marked paths, which you should do even without ranger's instructions. The trail then follows along the edge of the lake. There are trees, but the shade isn't as complete as the earlier forest, and the trail also goes behind some buildings and near camps, so it doesn't feel as completely in the wilderness as some of the other state park hiking club trails, but it's still a pretty hike. As you approach the end, you start to see the visitor center come into view, and with it, the end of the trail. It's a nice center with numerous picnic tables, as well as running water bathrooms, so it's a great place to have lunch or take a break and enjoy a snack before your next hike. My favorite part of the trail is about 2/3 of the way through the trail. There's a point before the trail heads to go around a bay within the lake. At this point, there's a wooden bench to sit, and it allows you to look out over the lake. And also, if there's a breeze, it's a really great spot to stand and feel the breeze coming off the lake. There's also a tower that is within the state park, although not on the State Park Hiking Club Trail, that is pretty cool. You drive past it to go to the State Park Hiking Club Trail, and it's worth a stop to go and climb up the stairs to get several nice views of the area. We ended up stopping on our way out of the park to get a good view of the area, and the entrance ranger who I chatted with really insisted it was worth a stop, and it absolutely was. If it had been part of the State Park Hiking Club Trail, it would have taken a narrow victory for my favorite part of the trail. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, don't hesitate to suggest what hiking challenge we should explore next.